What's going on, saxophone friends? This is Tyler Anderson with GetASax.com. I hope everyone is doing well. Today we are talking to all the saxophone players out there who have never owned a good mouthpiece. In short, we want you to consider making a GS Rezo or Slant your first good mouthpiece, and that is for three main reasons. First, the mouthpiece that you use makes a huge difference in your experience of playing the saxophone. I don't know how many of my private students over the years have been held back by the mouthpiece that came with their horn. Your horn can be totally fine with good construction and the pads all sealing correctly, but if your mouthpiece is off, you're going to be fighting against the horn the entire time. More than that, you're not really going to experience the fun of playing the saxophone on a mouthpiece that isn't working for you. So getting a good mouthpiece is an excellent step for players at every level, whether you are just starting on the saxophone or you've been kind of limping along on a mouthpiece that's not so great. The second reason that you should consider making a GS mouthpiece your first good mouthpiece is that a lot of the mouthpieces that are recommended, whether that's in a store, or your band director, or whatever, they're really not that great. My favorite example of this is the Selmer S80 C-Star. Band directors who are not tenor players love to recommend this mouthpiece. That's because on the alto saxophone, it's a pretty good all-purpose mouthpiece. However, on the tenor saxophone, it really just closes your sound down. The tip opening is too small, the chamber is too small and oddly shaped, the all-important facing curve is often uneven, and nobody really checks to make sure that these mouthpieces are made well, and they often aren't. It's also an expensive mouthpiece at $209, and you really shouldn't pay that much for a mediocre mouthpiece unless you absolutely have to. And the good news, you don't have to. So that brings me to my third point. I think the GS line of mouthpieces is worth considering because it is really the best possible mouthpiece that you are going to get at this price point. What we are offering is extremely precise copies of some of the best mouthpieces that were ever made. Copies of mouthpieces that would cost you $1,000 to $2,000 to buy used. Almost every day, pro players from all around the world tell us that we should be selling these mouthpieces for $350 to $400 given the incredible quality. But the whole vision behind the GS line of mouthpieces was making sure that the best mouthpieces ever made were as accessible as possible so that as many players as possible could experience the joy of playing on a truly exceptional mouthpiece. So we will be keeping the price at $199 for as long as possible. And that includes carefully hand-facing every mouthpiece and using 11 different gauges to make sure that the facing curve is exactly correct. If you've never played a high-end boutique mouthpiece with a hand-face curve, then you are in for a treat. It just works and it makes playing the saxophone a lot more fun. And the best news is this is a pro mouthpiece, so you would never need to upgrade to another mouthpiece ever again. You could just focus on learning to play the saxophone. So if you're a student playing your stock mouthpiece in concert band, which GS mouthpiece is going to be the best fit for you? For concert band, you will want to check out the GS Rezo 5, 5-star, or 6 tip opening, which is going to be close to your typical stock mouthpiece, which is around a 4 or a 5. Getting a mouthpiece with a slightly larger tip opening can transform your sound, but still give you the ability to control the tone. If you're looking for a darker sound, get the GS Rezo. It's dark enough to blend into your concert band, and the tone is absolutely gorgeous. If you're looking for a slightly brighter mouthpiece for jazz ensemble, or you're playing in a rock band and you just need something that can cut through a lot of sound, then you want to check out the GS Slant. If you're in a jazz ensemble, I would start with around a 6 tip opening, and you are going to be in a great spot to blend into the jazz ensemble and also have a cutting sound that can allow you to cut through the band when you take a solo. This mouthpiece isn't overly bright, but it gives you a lot of punch and extra projection. If you're not sure what to get, you can absolutely contact us through the GetASax website, or you can just hop on there right now and order one, and we will get started making that mouthpiece just for you. To sum up, we made 3 main points. First, your stock mouthpiece may be holding you back. Second, The mouthpieces that often get recommended really aren't that great for the tenor saxophone. And third, the GS line of mouthpieces mean you get everything you need at an extremely low price and you never need to upgrade. Hop on over to getasax.com to check out what we have to offer. The link is in the description. Thanks for checking this out and happy practicing.